Heard Ivan mention it there. One of the pockets of the economy where demand is seemingly unaffected by rising interest rates is car sales. The June sales figures, they're out today, and they show the highest numbers since 2018. Almost 125,000 vehicles are sold, 25% more than June last year, with enormous growth in electric and hybrid sales. Peter Griffin is with the Federal Chamber of Automotive Industries and joins me now from our Brisbane studio. Many thanks for your time on the program today. It is quite astonishing when we see interest rates rising to see car sales so rapid. Is this the pent-up orders that were out there from 12 months and 18 months ago now being delivered?
Thanks, Ross. Well, look, it's partly that. Traditionally, June has been a very strong month for the market, the end of the financial year. So, as you say, this is the best result since June 2018, which was around 130,000. And in years around that period, we were around that 125,000, 130,000 mark. So it's not uncommon. We are seeing a return to some normalisation in the market now, particularly as we move through those difficult periods we had 2 years ago with COVID, with factories being closed, issues around microprocessor delay, and also some of the logistics and shipping issues that still exist to some extent. And some customers are still being asked to wait some time. But that's starting to move through now. And we're quite confident that if those logistics issues had been sorted, we would probably have seen a record month this month.
Okay, so we talk about the energy transformation, but there's also an energy transformation underway in the motor vehicle industry, and that's seen in these numbers you put out today.
Certainly. Look, there's no doubt in the whole automotive industry, we're probably experiencing more change now than we have in the past 100 years as we move away from traditional means of mobility and internal combustion engines into electrification. So that's very positive, very strong to see. The electric vehicle sales continue to ramp up month on month. This month they're up 8.8%, and for the first half of this year, up to the end of June, it's around 7.4%. So it's continuing to grow. We think that the early adopters are still in the market. They're still moving ahead to purchase these technologies. It's really important that we continue to see vehicles, electric vehicles, brought into this market at price points that suit the majority of people, their businesses and their families, and they have the capability to do what they want them to do.
But nobody would have imagined, sort of going back 5 years ago, 10 years ago, that you could have had a startup car brand literally as the number 2 selling car in this country, and that the number 4 car would be a Chinese-made brand that's an old brand that's been reinvigorated.
Well, one thing that is always certain in this industry, Ross, is that it's change. And this is something that we're seeing now with this the move to the EVs. Earlier today, I was looking at numbers from 10 years ago, 2013, and electric vehicles didn't figure at all, of course, and even hybrids then were in the hundreds, not in the thousands. So change is the constant here, and we're going to continue to see that change. But it's going to be at an interesting rate. We're currently at 8.8%. We're not concerned about the first 20% really in terms of the take-up of EVs. We expect that will remain strong. What's going to be interesting to see into the future is that last 40% in the market, how we get over that hump as we move to a full electric future.
I've only got about 30 seconds, so very quick response, but the utes are still there. They haven't gone away.
78% of the market. That's still the type of vehicle that Australians still choose to drive. And that is a challenge for us in terms of looking ahead to fuel efficiency standards and so on, but it's also taking into account the vehicles that Australians choose to drive for work or for pleasure in this country.
Oh, Peter Griffin, good to have you on the program today from the Federal Chamber of Automotive Industries. Many thanks for your time.
Pleasure. Thanks, Ross.